Good morning, and welcome to the Alameda Connection on KCSM HD2. I'm your host, Scott Peeler. California has always been fertile ground for comic strips. Charles Schulz of Peanuts was born in Minnesota, but eventually made his home here in the Golden State. Burke Breathitt of Bloom County was born in Encino. Here in the Bay Area, there's Oakland's own Maury Turner, creator of Wee Pals, the first truly diverse comic strip. And one of my favorite rarities, Doopy by Gil Morales, which ran in Stanford University in the late 70s and early 80s. Since 2022, Alameda has had its very own comic strip, Two Birds from Alameda. I'm privileged to work at the Alameda Post alongside Brice, who every week, with Seagull, Goose, and an ever-expanding cast of characters, introduces us to the foibles and quirks of life here in the Bay Area's Island City. That's Brice from Two Birds from Alameda, my guest this morning on the Alameda Connection. Well, good morning, Brice, and welcome to the Alameda Connection.
It's a dream come true, Scott.
This is not the first time you and I have sat across on a microphone from each other, but it is the first time we've done it in person. I love this.
And this is a great show. I've been listening since day one.
Thank you.
I've always said, when I grow up, I'm going to be on that show. And I'm here, even though I haven't grown up yet.
Growing older is inevitable. Growing up is optional. So I think you're fine. A little background. Speaking of growing up, where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
Technically, I was born in San Francisco. We lived in San Leandro for less than 2 years. Mm-hmm. My second birthday was in Alameda, and I've been here ever since.
So what was your educational and career path?
Kind of all over the place. I went to French school in elementary school in Berkeley. Kind of a Bay Area thing.
Right.
Came to St. Joe's for high school. Went to College of Alameda.
Okay, very good.
Where I met my wife and a bunch of friends that I still have today. But really nothing to do with comics. I mean, I've always loved drawing.
Were you always an artistic kid, always sketching? Or?
I think so. I remember my grandma telling me that I was good at drawing, and so I just decided to believe her.
That's fair.
I'm not sure if it's true.
What was the first cartoon that connected with you, where you went, hey, that's cool?
It's not a very cool answer, but I loved Garfield when I was little, and Peanuts. And I would read the whole page back when they were in the newspaper.
Right.
That was like a feast, especially on Sunday. They had a whole section of comics.
Yep.
And I would read them all, of course. I loved Far Side, Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, you've picked some pretty good ones there. What is your day job?
I take care of my kids.
Speaking as a stay-at-home dad for many years, that is an honorable and noble occupation, my friend.
I never ask people what they do because I don't want to answer.
My wife worked with someone who could not get around that question. She would ask my wife, well, what does your husband do? Well, he stays home with the kids. No, what does he do?
Right.
There's some people that just can't handle it. Where did Seagull and Goose come from? Were they just sketches from somewhere? They
were. It's a lot older than I realized. It was at least 10 years ago.
Really?
And I do still have it. It's in a sketchbook, and they don't look the same, but it's a rough seagull and a goose. Having
written some theatrical pieces, characters do tend to write themselves after a while. And so the Seagull and Goose just they presented themselves to you.
I'm just kind of a conduit for them.
Two Birds from Alameda officially began in August of 22. You started on Instagram, right?
I still don't know how to use Instagram.
I don't know if anyone really does.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm doing my best. And we got like 600 people now, I think.
Nice.
That's how it started.
The strip was also on Patreon. I believe I was your first supporter.
You were, yes. Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. How was that, and why did you eventually leave Patreon?
In the beginning, it was really cool to get $1 from you.
Right.
And as we became friends, and as I became friends with everyone who was giving me $1, it felt kind of yucky.
Okay.
It was something I definitely wanted to try. My dream was, what if I could get 10,000 people to give me $1? Right. And probably most people are like, it's only $1. What difference is that going to make?
I said at the top of the show that Brice and I both are part of the Alameda Post. November 8th of 2022, I posted a message on their Slack channel, general Slack channel. It said, so when do we invite Two Birds from Alameda to be part of the platform? Because I've been reading you since August, and now we're in November. Much to my pleasant surprise, the publisher, Adam Gillett's response was, I have been thinking the same thing. Your first strip, which was your strip number 14, shows up 9 days later.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Had you reached out, or What was the
No.
process there?
I figured there's something called the Alameda Sun at that time. It was
Right.
still a newspaper, which I had actually written an article for many, many years ago.
Okay.
And I thought the Alameda Sun had this, I don't want to put anybody down, but like the comic didn't make any sense for Alameda necessarily. It was more like a national kind of
Right.
thing. From research, I could tell, well, they're supposed to be paying $45 for this comic. I want to do a comic and I love Alameda. That would be a cool thing to do. So I emailed them. I wasn't even going to charge money, you know. I said, I want to do this. Do you want this? And I never heard back from them. And so that was super demoralizing. I would even take a rejection. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
like that's part of the process. You're
Right.
supposed to be rejected, but I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I'd rather be
And
rejected
it's
than
just like,
ghosted,
it's
seriously.
kind of brutal. But anyway, I just decided to keep going.
You talk to the Sun, they don't get back to you. So what keeps you moving?
The cool thing about this strip and the way I started it is that it doesn't cost me anything. Like I draw it on my iPad. I don't have any paper. There's no ink. It costs nothing but a lot of time. I think about it all the time.
How much time goes into a strip?
All week.
Really?
Like there's a brief period after I turn it in on Wednesday where I'm like, oh, and it feels so good. And I think that's part of the reason I do it. Like once it's done, that feeling feels so good. And then it's like, what am I going to do next week? And it really does sometimes comes down to that whole week. I'm thinking about it.
Once you've got the idea, how much is the actual, I got to draw it now?
The actual drawing, it only takes about an hour at the most. But a lot of time went into that. I spent so much time, and they're still changing if you look carefully, trying to make them look the way I want them to look. And make them easy to draw, you know, because sometimes I do like really push it Wednesday morning. I'm like, okay, let's do this.
You're in good company because, I mean, just to hold up a picture of Homer Simpson from 1989, I mean, there's evolution in a character.
Sure. Like the turkeys especially. The turkey has never looked the same one time. Like the last one with the turkey, the cool thing about Instagram is it tells you like, this is your most popular one ever. And I thought, well, should I stop? But also like maybe the turkey looks like this now.
We're both weekly creators. I have I have this show and I have the Alameda Postcast, and Two Birds from Alameda and the Alameda Postcast are only a couple numbers apart in episodes. Is it challenging for you to do a weekly strip? Do you have ideas in reserve? Are there weeks where you're panicking? Are there months where you're going, I got the next 6 weeks locked?
It's all of that. Like I've got ideas in reserve. I have cards. I took a class at the Alameda Comedy Club for a stand-up, and he said use index cards for your ideas. The stand-up didn't really work for me.
Well,
that idea has stuck with me, and I use these cards for my old ideas. And they're usually ideas that are not ready.
Again, you're in great company with the ideas. If you've ever seen the exhibit, I forget who hosts it now, but Joan Rivers' card catalog file is insanity.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands.
The way that made a lot of sense to me, we went to an estate sale years ago. It was a guy who lived by the water. They weren't index cards, they were little slips of paper. I think I can remember his name was Don Rizzi. Lived in Alameda, taught at Lum, but he was also a gag writer.
Okay.
He had all these comic ideas written on these little slips of paper.
Oh, wow.
I bought a ton of them, like the guy. And he didn't know what to charge me, but I was like, I need these. This is this man's life's work.
In Thanksgiving of 2022, I interviewed you for a special edition of the Alameda Postcast. And you talked about, and I want to share with the audience who may be unfamiliar with the strip, what seagull and goose represent as far as Alameda residents.
I think that's why it makes sense. And that's the logo's kind of a yin-yang kind of thing is there are two sides of the island. Seagull kind of represents the people that have been here their whole life, and goose would represent more recent people, which I think there's a really good balance of that. They don't always get along. Right?
I think the kids would say they're frenemies.
Yeah.
So you've got seagull and goose, and they're representing basically two sides of the island?
I'm able to tap into both of those sides because I didn't go to elementary school here. I always kind of felt like I wanted to be more local than I was. And so even though I've lived here my whole life, I can be seagull sometimes, and sometimes I can be goose.
My father has an expression, which is you become a local when the last person who remembers you moving in dies.
Right. There you go.
So the cast keeps expanding. Who else is in the strip?
If I was ranking them, the next one would be Old Coot, who's my personal favorite. I do feel like that a lot of times. He has been controversial. People have complained about Old Coot.
Really?
But I think that you're telling on yourself. If you're offended by Old Coot, you probably...
Every accusation is a confession.
Grown up too much, maybe. Yeah. So there's Old Coot. There's the crows kind of all appear together. They're kind of like a hive, I guess. Up until this year, I've done a different Gosling every year.
The little punk rocker Gosling cracks me up.
Yeah.
Where did that idea come from? That was superb.
I did a comic, a very short one, and this was even before Seagull and Goose. I had an idea for a comic strip called Duck, Duck, Goose.
Okay.
There are going to be two ducks that actually look a lot like the two ducks that I draw now, and one goose. And the goose looked like that, had like a spiky mohawk, and the ducks were the straight, and the goose was like a rebel. I made the mohawk rainbow, and I try not to gender the birds unless I have to. Like Old Coot is a guy. Right. I want everybody to be able to enjoy it. If they want Seagull to be a girl, that's cool, and whatever. Or any gender you can think of.
You added a rather maniacal turkey a couple of weeks ago after news of a turkey attacking you.
Yeah, that was when the police surrendered to the turkeys. I was like, I have to do something about it. The police were just like, just stay away from them, And I love the police. That was so cool that you had the chief on. Yeah. That was a great episode.
Thank you.
But yeah, when they were just like, just try to stay away from them, I'm like, okay, we're surrendering to this.
Our turkey overlords are here.
I like to be the top of the food chain.
I'm going to make a suggestion if you haven't, because I think there's about a month and a half's worth of material in it. Next year, when East Bay Parks and Recreation puts out their Least Turn Sanctuary Tour, go.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely go. I did it just this last week, and there's so much going on out there, and it looks like nothing. It looks like a sand pit with garbage, but the garbage is actually shelters for the chicks and the birds, and there's this whole dynamic going on, and in the ultimate almost macabre session, they hang statues that look like dead ravens around the corner of the sanctuary because ravens will not go near a dead raven. So anyway, the Least Turn Tour, to the audience and to Brice, it'll come up next year. Keep an eye from East Bay Parks and Recreation. Who would you say are your cartooning influences? We talked about who your favorites were. Who do you take inspiration from?
Definitely Charles Schulz. I went out to the museum. Charles Schulz has a museum out in Santa Rosa.
Oh, it's a beautiful place, too.
I went out there shortly before I decided I was going to do a daily strip, and I did for a while. Just amazing, the life he built. And
I don't think people realize that, and this comes from like the English professor side of things, that Schulz may actually be the longest single narrator piece of literature in English history.
Right.
50 years, one guy.
Yeah.
Every day.
I mean, I don't think he would be a fan of Two Birds from Alameda. He seems like, because I started reading his biography, and I like him, but I don't know that he would like me. I don't want to say anybody's an influence because I am like very simple in my drawing. Like I don't do a lot of background. I really know that I'm not trained. There's blind spots for me for sure.
But yet you have wound up in an art exhibit this year at Rhythmic Cultural Works.
But that was also like so amazing to meet people. When they brought me up at the opening reception, they brought me up last and everybody cheered, and I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Well, I mean, Mel Brooks just celebrated his 100th birthday, and the gift of laughter is one that people will appreciate, and especially in these times. And you managed to do something that a lot of people who delve in humor don't do well or don't do at all, which is you managed to poke fun at people without seeming mean. That's a balancing act. How do you manage that?
Super important. One of my influences is not a cartoonist, but like Mr. Rogers. That's somebody I think is important. And I've done lots of poop jokes and stuff like that. It is easy to be mean and it can be funny, but I've got all week to try to be nice. A lot of the ideas start out really dark. And then I smooth it out.
Related question to influences. What cartoonist just makes you laugh the most? Where you go, Every time you read it, you're cracking up.
I really like Calvin and Hobbes. Early Peanuts is hilarious.
And I thought Schultz was interesting when we talk about funny in that there was a period in, I want to say it was the mid 80s. It was cute. It wasn't funny. And then like Gary Larson and whatnot came out and you could see him react.
Yeah.
And suddenly Peanuts got really surreal for a while.
Yeah.
You've done zines, little black and white magazine things. I think I have 6. Have you done any more than 6?
I thought I invented the zine, but there's a whole... When you want to put stuff out, it's an obvious thing. I thought I had figured it out all myself. It's a huge thing that lots of people do, and it's some of the coolest stuff you can find. If you can go to a zine fest, just go. And I've done them. Like, we probably need an Alameda Zine Fest. And I would be into helping somebody do that.
Faction Brewing, if you're listening.
It's an idea I've had for a long time.
Have you just done the 6, or is it more than 6?
For Two Birds, I've done 6 of them. I think I'm going to do another one very soon.
Oh, good.
Those first ones are all just chronological. So I'll probably do something else with the next one. Like maybe now that I've got these like superhero characters, it would be fun to do like a story.
Oh, I love it. There's been merch. In fact, we don't have cameras here, but I am wearing my Two Birds from Alameda shirt. Is there going to be any more? Can people get stuff? This is great.
I have to sell those first.
If people want a shirt, how can they get one?
Well, that's the hard part. Maybe we'll talk about that at the end. There is an event coming up. I'm working on the website. From Alameda.com is going to have lots of stuff very soon.
Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024 has to be the most through the looking glass moment for the Strip. For those outside of Alameda, that was the day that a real live goose tragically collided with a power line, knocked out power to 3,200 people on the island. Alameda Municipal Power literally reached out to you for comment. What did you think when that happened?
That's surreal. And like, I wish I was quicker. You know what I mean? Like, I do take all week to write this stuff. So I remember I came up with something. I came up with a statement.
Yeah, I remember I just reread it before I came in here about it. Was, Goose was unharmed and pleased to all fellow avians exhibit caution.
Nice.
Flying in Alameda. Nice. That was just one of the funniest things. What is it about Alameda that makes it fertile cartooning ground?
The duality, the two sides of the island also. It's always shifting. I think for a long time, Park Street was seen as the nice side, and Webster was kind of maybe sketchier. That's shifted a lot, maybe. It's constantly moving. There's always new people coming here. Like, I've been able to stay here my whole life. My wife is from Mexico. People come here, so I haven't had to leave. Really just walking around, I see funny things.
Do you ever have ideas that you have to discard where you just go, I can't do this?
There's way more of those than there are comics. Okay, it's just like...
What's the ratio? We're talking like 50 to 1, 10 to 1?
It would be 1 point something to 1, because a lot of the ideas I am able to polish them up to where I want to put them out there. A lot of those ideas start bad, and a lot of the bad ideas can't be polished. You know, there's lots of horrible things that happen, and I have a dark sense of humor, I guess. Like, I can find something funny in almost anything.
Do you ever look around and just think to yourself, the jokes are writing themselves?
They are. Sometimes there was one, and I don't know if anybody would remember this one, but I was in the Trader Joe's parking lot, and there's this new thing, the thing where people back in the parking spot.
Right.
I don't know if it's generational or what. I literally saw two-way traffic in the Trader Joe's parking lot. If you can imagine it, and I had a hard time drawing it, but there was one person going one way and one person going the other way. They both passed the spot and then tried to back into it. No. And I made a comic about that. I mean, that literally just happened.
It reminds me of a line that George Carlin had years ago, which was, I'm here to remind you to laugh at the things you forgot to laugh at the first time you saw them.
George Carlin is like one of my favorite people of all time.
You ever think of animating these characters?
Yeah. I mean, just last night, I was thinking I should make some kind of animated. I've got an idea for like a Christmas, but it would be the day after. My favorite day of the year is the day after Christmas.
The Two Birds From Alameda Boxing Day special.
It would be the day after Christmas special. And I pretty much written it. I don't know how to animate. I guess I could use AI. That would be horrible.
I know people, and I know
you know real people. Yeah,
there are ways this can be done. Let me talk to some people. Let me talk to some people, because I think people would absolutely, especially in this day and age of web distribution. And I think that's something. And there are so many great webtoons out there. So the tools are there. Let me get to work.
I would love to.
Is there a bird that you haven't put in the strip that you're thinking, I need to work this species in?
Yeah. I think the first one that comes to mind is the great blue heron.
Okay.
Because they're just cool.
Right.
We had the bald eagles for a while, which I did. It takes me a long time to really settle on how they look and who they are. Oftentimes I end up putting it out before it's really ready.
Right.
As with the turkey, I would say great blue heron is the top. I don't know who that character is yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's birds, but it's also really like they represent us. I haven't been to the wildlife preserve,
right?
You know, and I often wonder, like, and when I was doing the goslings, I would do a goose egg, and I'm like, I've never seen a goose egg, you know, in real life. There's thousands of geese every year, but I've never seen like where they nest. Like, where are they? I don't know.
Not endorsed by the National Geographic Foundation.
Exactly. No, I think probably like ornithologists probably don't like me very much either.
I have a good friend who's part of the Golden Gate Bird. I'll have to ask her what
you're not even supposed to call them seagulls. I think they're called something else.
Personally, I think that night herons would make great mobsters. They just look like mobsters.
Yeah.
What is a compliment you've received about the strip that kind of keeps you warm at night?
Just that people even read it is surprising to me. I know people look at the post and I think it looks really cool on the post, and I think the post looks cooler with it there, kind of at the end of the news. It's just really cool. But when I put it out there online, I don't know how many people read it. Just that you see it and you like it means so much.
Well, I mean, and a compliment that I wind up paying you every few weeks is the strip works its way into a podcast. I will mention something, you'll do something, and I'll mention it. And for a visual medium to wind up in an audio presentation, that says something.
And I always say thank you, because I think it means a lot, because I was listening. The crazy thing is, like you said, August, and that's the very beginning.
Right.
We're coming up on 4 years, which is the end of my contract with myself. When I started it, I was like, I'm going to do it for a year for fun. And all those things happened. So I said, okay, we'll do 4 years. And now, like, what's the next thing? Animation sounds cool. And I don't think I would ever stop doing the strip, because it is free and there's not really any risk. It's just, it is the most selfish thing I do every week is draw my strip. I do it for me mostly.
That's fair.
I'm so glad that people enjoy it.
Is that what keeps you going? I mean, again, I keep using the phrase, I think you're in good company, because if you go back and read interviews with the guys from Termite Terrace, the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes creators, people like Friz Freleng, people like Chuck Jones, people like Bob Clampett, they would tell you at the time, we made these cartoons to make ourselves laugh.
Yeah, and you can tell. I want the strip to be very gentle, but there's also just one person making it. It's so cool to meet people. I mean, with the drawing, like it could be a 10-year-old doing it. Like, I always wonder about that, but it is just me.
What is your favorite thing to do in Alameda?
Walk. I like to walk. I love to walk. That's not what I do most of the time. Most of the time I'm driving to soccer practice or school. When I'm really have a free moment, I walk around. I'll walk to the grocery store, and that's oftentimes where I get an idea.
Sure.
Walking around town.
Do you have a favorite area to walk? Do you have a favorite walk?
I mean, I usually it ends up being to South Shore, which is crazy, because I've been walking to South Shore for as long as I can remember.
Right.
Like literally as a kid, we would walk to South Shore. My cousin and I would walk to South Shore and hang out.
One of the either greatest discoveries or biggest mistakes I made recently, because I live about Center Island, is that I can actually walk to the Alameda Point Breweries.
Yeah, like you're in a great spot. I'm on the edge of Alameda and I can still walk everywhere. I've walked all the way across. I haven't walked all the way around. You know, Tucson.
Right.
He's walked every street.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an idea I had, but he beat me to it for sure.
Okay, question that everybody on the show gets.
Yeah, and I'm prepared.
Oh, she comes prepared.
Because I'm a huge fan. I can do the theme song.
Thank you, Bill.
Bill.
So you've got company coming in from out of town. You got to take them out to 3 meals. It can be breakfast, lunch, dinner. It can be 3 dinners. It can be bites and noshes. Where are you going?
Okay, before I go, I checked in with some of my friends.
Okay.
Seagull's answer was not great.
Oh, we're getting answers from the characters. Fabulous.
Because Seagull scrounges every meal from the parking lot of the McDonald's by the beach. So that's not useful. And Goose's answer is even more disappointing. These are all just big grass fields to eat. There's breakfast at Lower Washington, and then it says... of course, for some reason. I guess that's like when people say...
Well, yeah, naturally. Okay.
People say Trabuco, they say, of course.
Right.
So Lower Washington is the of course. Lunch at Lincoln Middle School. That's a lesser known. It's kind of out there. And then dinner at Rittler Park. Shout out to Pat Russi.
I love it.
All right, finally, Old Coot. Old Coot did a little better, but his answer starts with taking a time machine back about 25 years. Once you get back to 2001, Old Coot says he would go to Albert's for breakfast, China House for the amazing lunch special.
Okay.
And the Acapulco for dinner. These all happen to be places you can still look at, but I wouldn't. Anyway.
Well, thank you for polling the cast.
I do have my own too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just like taking.
No, that's fantastic. I love it.
So for me, I would take a visiting friend to West Cafe for breakfast.
Okay.
And then we would be too full. So we would wait until a happy hour at Taco Bell at 2 p.m. And then that night, maybe we'd go have dinner at India Palace.
Oh,
and I wanted to throw Taco Bell in there because I know people have said Taco Bell for the answer, but also like they know me by name there. So shout out to Taco Bell.
That's fair enough. Websites, socials, ways people can get the strip and keep up with what's going on.
The website's really easy. It's FromAlameda.com. The socials, mainly I would go to Instagram. It's 2 Birds From Alameda. I'm also going to be at Alameda BookCon, which happens to be, if you're listening on Sunday or sometime in the first week, Alameda BookCon is going to be at the main library.
And what's the date on that one?
Saturday, July 11th. From 10:30 to 4. It's free, all ages. 40 plus authors, illustrators, vendors. Somehow I'll be there too.
Fair enough. Well, Brice, cartoonist and creator of 2 Birds From Alameda, thank you so much for spending time with us here on the Alameda Connection.
Thank you, Scott. It's a dream come true.
Take care. Thanks again to Brice, the creator of 2 Birds From Alameda, for spending time with us here on the Alameda Connection. If you want to keep up with what's going on with Seagull, Goose, and the rest of the gang, you can always find the strip at Brice's website, which is FromAlameda.com. You can also follow him on Instagram. Just search 2 Birds From Alameda. Spell the word 2. You can also get the strip in the Alameda Post each and every week. That's AlamedaPost.com. He's in the op-ed section. And you can have 2 Birds From Alameda delivered directly to your inbox. Just head to AlamedaPost.com/email-digest and sign up for the Alameda Post Weekly Digest, and you'll get Brice's strip in there each and every week. As Brice mentioned, if you're listening to this show on its original broadcast or during the first week from the KCSM Encore player, you can meet Brice at the Alameda BookCon, Saturday, July 11th from 10:30 till 4 at the Alameda Free Library. You can also meet a previous guest of the show because Karen Jensen, the author of The Strength of Water, will be there as well. Again, that's at the Alameda Free Library, Saturday the 11th from 10:30 until 4. It is a free event. Coming up next week on the show, usually when we're talking beer, we're out on Alameda Point, but this time we're headed downtown. My guest will be Vincent Poix. the general manager and managing member of Alameda Brewing, the folks who took home a silver medal at the World Beer Cup for their unique Burma Ale. Thanks as always to the California Historical Radio Society for providing the location for my sit-down with Brice. Don't forget, Radio Day by the Bay coming up Saturday, July 18th. You can see me on stage in a Thin Man radio play playing The Goofy Groom. As we do every week, thanks to Bill Hart for our theme music. The song is Beachside Isle. The album is called Watch the Sky. I'm Scott Peeler. I'll catch you next week, 8 a.m., the Alameda Connection on KCSM HD2.